Well, course evaluation season is here, and who doesn't love that, right? Faculty, staff, administrators, even students love to fill in those forms, but we don't have any time right now for whole-scale changes to your course evaluation form and process. And that's why I've created this one-of-a-kind training course called the Course Evaluation Tune-Up. And what I've done is taken all the best practices, everything I've learned from working with more than 485 colleges and universities over the past 20 years, and applied them to a quick 4-hour training course. Now, we could talk about course evaluations all week long. I've personally reviewed and critiqued and created more than 6,000 course evaluation and training evaluation forms, but we don't have time for that. What I've done instead is taken all that best of the best and had two criteria. What of all this knowledge can be quickly applied to your course evaluation forms and processes, and what is going to have the biggest impact in terms of raising response rates and gathering more meaningful, actionable feedback. And that's what the Course Evaluation Tune-Up course is all about. So let me tell you just a little bit about what's in this course. Right from the beginning, right from lesson 1, you'll be able to download templates and documents. There's audio and video there that you can use and store. And we're going to talk about topics like what are the best and worst questions to ask. Again, this is based on the 485 colleges and universities, the very best questions to ask that draw out meaningful comments from students and really make an impact. And also the worst questions. And I can almost guarantee that one of these 3 top worst questions appears on your course evaluation form. But we don't want those questions in there because they contribute nothing and actually in some cases cause a little bit of harm in the relationship between students and their professors. So we want to get rid of those. We're going to talk about incentives, the best and worst incentives to use according to these 485 colleges. What incentives draw in the highest response rates every time, and which incentives are a complete waste of money. They have no impact on response rate. And I can bet, at least according to the national survey, 30% of colleges still use the number one worst incentive that will cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars and have absolutely no impact on response rate. That's something you can change right now. You can also change your instructions. It is so overlooked, but so key in drawing in the attention of students. To engage your students are those instructions at the top of the evaluation form that are found on the confirmation page once they submit if you're using a web-based form, that appear in your email messaging. According to the national survey, 70% of colleges use email to announce the evaluation and to send reminders. But what is in that content? What is in the subject heading? There is a right answer. What about the timing of those reminders? There is actually a best time span to send out those reminders. Some schools send them too early, some send them too late, but there is an ideal time. We'll talk about that. And one last bit I'll tell you about this course, and this alone is worth 10 times the cost of the course. I know because schools have paid 10 times the amount just for this template, and I call it the 90% course evaluation template. And there's an interesting story behind this. Over the years, I've collected almost 500 course evaluation forms, the actual forms used by colleges and universities. And if you took that entire stack on my desk and put all those items on all those forms together, something interesting happens. All those hundreds and hundreds of items actually reduce to a very small number of criteria. So what the 90% form is take each of those criteria, such as instructor communication and fairness of grading, and there's a single, tightly written, accurate, meaningful question for each criteria. So you can literally take that form, you can download it today, and hand it to your students. And you would have confidence in knowing that you are asking all the right questions in the right way, because these few questions represent 90% of all the criteria used across these hundreds of colleges and universities. But I take it one step further. I also have a template in there called the 99%. And what that means is I had a university take the 90% form, and then they added to it those questions not found on the form. So they said, well, there are some things unique to our university, to our program, to our department about instructor rapport and about course climate. And so they added those in. So this course evaluation form is a little longer, but now it represents everything. And they have the confidence to know that there is no other questions they could ask. You can download that template today. It's right there in lesson 1 of the course evaluation tune-up. So somewhere on this page there's an Enroll Now button. Click on that. It will take you to the course description page. I think there's a free preview there. If not, you can at least see the topics that we'll be talking about, and you can purchase the course there. And this course right now for you is discounted 75%. I have never discounted this course 75% before. I probably won't ever discount it that much again. But you're here now. You're here because I sent you a personal invite or one of your colleagues directed you to this site, but you're watching this video and you get that discount. So take advantage of this now before the term is up. So click the Enroll button, purchase the course, have your course evaluation form in hand to compare, and make these quick changes that can make such a dramatic difference in the response rate and the quality of feedback you'll get from your students. I'll see you in class.